Alright, yo, what is going on, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today, man, we got a quick little video basically going over 5 of the best amethysts in NBA2K19 right now. I know a lot of you guys, might not have the MT to afford these cards, like the diamond cards in 2K, and the better diamond cards, especially because some of the diamond cards that are in 2K, man, they're just not that great. Same with some of the pink diamonds. For example, Ben Wallace. There's amethysts that are better than Ben Wallace. There's literally rubies that might even be better than Ben Wallace. That's why I want to take a look at, a color of card that people don't really look at and people don't really put on their team, but there are some very, very good cards that are kind of hidden in there that actually play pretty good. I could even compare them to some of the diamonds I have. So what we're going to do is go over my top 5 list of what amethysts I think each and every single one of you guys should pick up. We're going to go over that right now, man. Hopefully this helps you, maybe build a nice little budget squad, or if you're balling on a budget or you need that extra player off the bench, you can pick one of these guys up and they can actually help you and basically boost your team. So we're gonna get into number 1 right now, man. Let's go. Your number 1 has actually been in some drama lately. 2K changed his jump shot. Yes, I'm talking about Hedo. I know a lot of people spend a ton of MT on this game, on this card, I mean. And 2K kind of patched his jump shot. It went from base 11 to like base 4, I think, which is still not bad. So believe me when I tell you, this card is still one of the best cards that you can pick up for super cheap. Like, if you check how much his price is, I believe you can find him for under 10K, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well under 10K, I should say. He's honestly a great card to pick up, and the reason being is obviously, a lot of people did use him before just because of his jump shot and how high arced it was and how high he jumped off his jump shot. It was very hard to contest in games, and literally for around 15,000 MT, you can get yourself a player that pretty much plays like a diamond. I'm going to show you guys a couple of his stats and just go over his card a little bit more in depth, because I actually want to show you guys how good this guy is, bro. Alright, guys, so as I said, this Turkoglu, man, this Turkoglu is actually a very, very nice card, and look at his dribble moves, man. Look at how fast his jump shot is, regardless. That jump shot right there is not bad whatsoever. Don't let people tell you otherwise, bro. I know he was better before. I know he was going for a ton of MT, and now, he's not the same, but he's still good. Once you get his release down, like, look, it's kind of slow, but look at his dribble moves, first of all. Look at that. You know how easy that is to, like, fake out somebody and how easy it is to get by somebody on defense? And his release is kind of money. A lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people think just because he's patched, he's useless. This card is not useless by any means, man. You could pick him up with a diamond shoe and a diamond contract for like 20,000 MT and literally use him just in triple threat regardless. And look at this. He just greens, man. He greens every single shot. Look at that, man. It's just too easy. This card, once you get his release down, is fire. I would say the only thing I don't like about him is really his defense. I mean, it's not terrible defending. He doesn't have terrible defending stats, I should say. But, not the best. Definitely find better defenders. Hedo is still a good card, and for under 15,000, he has to be one of my favorite amethysts in the game right now. His dribble moves combined with that fast shot, which is super accurate, and combined with his dunk, he can dunk. A lot of people don't really use that. A lot of people just use him for this right here. They go like this, basically pull up from anywhere and try to cash it. Once you learn this guy's dribble moves, like, I'm not even really sure how his dribble moves work. It's very cheesy though. I know it's not a card I should be promoting, but he gets it done. I scored 71 with him in a game, I think, or 81, I forget. But this card went crazy, man, and he still goes crazy even with the fix to his jump shot. He's not as cheesy, but he's still one of the best amethysts in the game. Alright, guys, so obviously Hedo was my number 1 spot, but at number 2 we got more of a big man, power forward, one of my favorite players in the NBA right now, Pascal. And this card right here, man, he goes for absolutely dirt cheap. I think you can find him for like, 6.7K, man. You might even be able to find him for cheaper. And this card right here is slept on. I know he's not the best card, he has some nice stats. He also has a dynamic duo, so if you have that pink diamond Kawhi, go ahead and pick him up. Pascal turns into a diamond. A lot of people don't know that, but you should know that. This card is pretty good, man. 84 open shot 3, free throws an 80. He could dunk, he could pass. He has decent defensive stats. I use him on my budget squad, and he plays great for me. So, I had to include him in this list, man. Let me just show you guys his jump shot and all that, just so you guys know before you buy him if you really want him. He is a little bit, I would say, like, I don't know how to explain this type of player, but he feels a little bit slow in game, I would say. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but this card right here is great, and for the price, you cannot go wrong. Great power forward. Go ahead and pick him up, man. Pascal Siakam. Alright, guys, you guys see him, man. Look at this. Ready? I feel like he's a little bit slow with his dribble moves and whatever, and he feels a little bit clunky. I don't know if that's like really a word, but he gets it done for you on the offensive and defensive end, man. This card is great. His release is super nice in my opinion. I don't know, a lot of you guys might disagree with me, but I think it's great. He knocks those threes down as well, as you guys can see. I'm not sure if he has any hotspots. I could check for you guys if you want in a second, but this card, you can't really go wrong, man. And if you need a big man who could shoot, stretch the floor out for you, go ahead and pick up Pascal. He can knock it down for 3, and he has some nice animations, dribble animations I should say. Obviously I wouldn't really use like some of his dribbling animations, like this type of stuff. No, do not use it. But look at his spin move. It's a fast one in game. You just have to get it timed right. He spins past opponents, and I think his takeover is post takeover. I'm not really sure. Look at that. That spin move right there is almost unstoppable for me. Combined with his dunking, you'll catch some posters on some people, man, for sure. His mid-range is pretty good as well. He greens a lot of shots, just like Turkoglu. The only downfall, I would say, his release is a tad bit slow, but, you know, you should be able to make up with it for his size and his rebounding stats in game, of course. You know, his speed is pretty decent. 84 for a power forward is not bad. And keep in mind, he's only an Amethyst that costs like 6,000 MT, so you really cannot complain. His post game is nice. Everything about him, everything about this card, I just like. I don't know why. I might be biased because I'm a Raptors fan, but yo, this card is cold. Alright guys, the next player is another small forward, which can actually play at point guard for you guys. I know, man, that is a super cheesy thing to do, but it's Giannis. And now a lot of people do look at his pink diamond card. You know, of course that is one of the best cards in the game. I do not deny it at all, but a lot of you guys that can't afford that card because it is very expensive. I actually sold mine for over 400k, I think, or like 350k. So definitely do not, you know, if you don't have the MT, don't really force yourself to go sell everything and get that card. I would rather you guys get this card right here. His Amethyst is just as good. Of course not as good, but you know, he still has those same abilities that Pink Diamond Giannis has. Not the same stats though. This guy cannot shoot threes, let me tell you that right now. So if you're looking for a guy who could shoot a lot of threes, this is not your guy to go to. But you know, if you have a budget squad and you're trying to, you know, win some easy games, you know, play him at point guard, you know, do what you got to do, shoot over people on the mid-range, and just go crazy driving into the paint, man. We're gonna actually show you guys this card really quickly, because although his pink diamond is godly, his Amethyst is actually not half as bad as people think it is, and that's why it's number 3 on my list, man. I had to include him one time, and he's one of the base Amethysts too. Alright guys, you guys see Giannis, man, like, although, you know, the pink diamond is great, the Amethyst is not terrible. He has some nice dribble moves, and him driving to the rim is pretty much unstoppable, just like the pink diamond. If you have the MT to go pick up the pink diamond, man, I definitely recommend it. With this Giannis though, you will not be able to shoot. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not a shooter. Mid-range, maybe. I would not take any threes with him unless they're wide, and I mean wide open, unless your opponent is sagging off and just giving it to you. The reason I use this card is I just go like this, man, spin and just drive in. That right there is unstoppable. You're either gonna get fouled, or, you know, you'll probably make the layup or the dunk depending on what Giannis does. 3-pointers with him are not the best. Like, he can knock some down here and there. Corners are really good for him for some reason, at least for me. I'm not sure if he has a hot zone there, but hey, it works out for me. It probably works for you guys. You know, I wouldn't really take threes from anywhere in here on the wings. He's not really good at hitting those. I would just drive in with him, mainly focus on driving with him. As you guys see, his dunking is crazy. He's like 7 foot, crazy ass wingspan, and his defense is actually really good. He will get a ton of blocks for you in game just because of his like wingspan, everything like that, bro. His height. And if you play him at point guard, best believe you're gonna be outmatching some of those guys that are playing, you know, regular point guards, of course. And yeah, let's move into number 4. Alright guys, the next player, the 4th player, is another small forward, but you know, taking in what size he is and his height, 6'10", you could play him at power forward easily if you wanted to, and he is a great card, man. I know a lot of people look at him and say, yo, he's really not that expensive, so he must not be good. That's why he's not that expensive. It's not because of that. It's because he was super common when, you know, I think it was Kobe. He came out with Kobe, right? Let me know if I'm wrong, but he was super common when Kobe came out, so he stays really cheap. He's like 4k, 5k, and I'm gonna show you guys why he's so good, man. If you take a look at his stats, actually, man, this card is slept on. 6'10", you know, small forward. You play him at power forward, play him wherever. You know, I would say his post game is not good, but you don't need it to be. If you're gonna run him at power forward, you might want to, you know, consider that. Open shot mid range 84, open shot 3 93. So if you need a shooter, this is why I include him on the list. He could dunk, sort of. Standing dunk is a 90, so it's pretty good. His defensive stats are decent. Rebounding stats are amazing for a small forward. Speed is a 72, which is a little bit of a downfall. But I'm gonna show you guys his release right now, and why I think he's so great. Is one of the reasons is because of his release. So let me show you guys really quickly. Alright guys, so Robert Horry, you guys see him right here. He is slow, okay? I'm not gonna lie, look at him. He's slow as hell. But for a catch and shoot player, man, he's a nice release. His three-pointer is absolute cash. I don't know why he does that thing where he kind of sways to the right a bit. I don't really remember his release being like that in real life. I never really got to watch him too much, but look at his release, man. It's pretty nice. Once you get it down, like I don't even have it down fully, and I'm still hitting these shots. He's a great player to catch and shoot with. You can run those plays, pick and fades with him even. You know, he's a little bit undersized, but 6'10" is not that, you know, not that short, of course. It's almost Giannis' size, I believe. Obviously, Giannis' wingspan is bigger, but this card for 4K is one of my favorite Amethysts in the game. Again, this is a personal list. This is not a list based on, you know, facts. I'm just saying who plays great for me, and Robert Horry has to be one of my favorites, and I would say he's going to remain one of my favorite Amethysts for a long, long time, just because of his shooting ability. You know, his post game almost non-existent, I should say. Mid-ranges, he hits those as well. Like, his release is just super nice, especially if you could time it properly, man. He can shoot from all over the floor behind the three-point line, which is a huge plus. And if you guys are looking for a shooter that you want to add to the end of your bench, you know, to give you that late game boost when all your players are tired, throw him at the very end of the bench and let him come in at the end of the game and knock down some clutch shots, man. I'm telling you, Robert Horry is clutch in real life and in this game. Another great thing about him, his dunking is not terrible. Like, as you guys can see, you know, his animations aren't the best. He does get blocked a lot, which kind of pisses me off, but he can definitely dunk, which is an upside to this card. Like, you guys can see, he does a lot of those reverse dunks, which I kind of like. But he could also do a standing dunk, which is almost unstoppable in this game. You either get fouled or you make the dunk, of course. You know, he's good. Overall, I would rate this card, man, like an 8 out of 10, to be honest, though. Like, his speed really kills him. If you guys want to pick up, like, you know, a shoe and throw it on him, I wouldn't really recommend throwing a shoe on an Amethyst player, but this card is absolute cash from three-point range, and you definitely want to try him out. Give him a go, man. For 4K MT, you cannot go wrong. If you picked up this card or you have it, maybe you opened up like 2 Kobe packs and you pulled him, yo, try him out. Don't leave him in your collection sitting there. If you need an Amethyst, use him. His drill moves are ridiculously bad, so he's a catch and shoot type of player. You don't want to use him for anything else, and he greens three-pointers, man. Simple as that. Let's move into number 5, the last spot on the list on this video. Alright guys, now the last player on this list, again, this is personal preference, is my guy Dwayne Wade, man. I love this card, and he's one of my favorite players of all time. I cannot lie, bro. But this card right here, you know, he recently came out in his signature series packs. Of course, before that, he was pretty expensive. He was one of the more expensive Amethysts. He was around like 20,000 MT, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you guys in a minute. And he's actually pretty expensive right now, unless he is glitched. Yep, so he's a little bit on the expensive side, you know, not crazy. You know, you should be able to play some triple threat games and eventually get him. He's around 7K right there. You guys see him. This card, you can play at point guard. I've seen a lot of people running him at point guard on budget squads because he is only 6'4". Still not the worst, you know, pretty good. He has an 80 open shot 3, so I would just take it only when he's wide open. But the reason he's on this team and on this list is because of his layups and his dunking ability. He is absolute cash with both of those, man, and I love going crazy with these dunks. He has 90 shot contest, 94 speed, which is another reason a lot of people do like using this card. No Hall of Fame badges, but he has mid-range Deadeye and defensive stopper on gold, as well as posterizer. I'm gonna show you guys why this card is so good, man. You gotta stop sleeping on these low-key underrated Amethysts. Alright guys, now I know a lot of people might not like this card, but for me personally, man, this drill move right here, the behind the back, you know, the Sham God, his release is it's hard to get used to, but once you are used to it, you can knock down three-pointers from deep. You can even green a couple here and there. It is a little bit of a weird release, I would say, but his pink diamond I think has the same one. So if you're used to that one, or if you had the pink diamond and you want to, you know, downgrade to a budget squad, this card might not be too bad after all. You know, I wouldn't shoot contested shots with Dwayne Wade because first of all, his release is a little bit slow, and it feels like he has a hitch in his shot, like a little bit of a 1 second delay, or like 0.03 second delay. I don't know, bro. It's kind of weird. Hard to get used to. But as you can see, man, he's greening it from distance. I'm not even going to lie. This card is nice. The 3-point shot is not even the reason you want to be using this card. He's actually pretty good at hitting the mid-ranges. He has mid-range Deadeye, as you guys all know. One thing I use him for, and the only thing I kind of use him for on my old budget squads, was his dunking ability, man. I used to love this card and go crazy with this card dunking. I would literally inbound it to him, play him at point guard, run all the way down the court, do a couple dribble moves, get by some defenders, and just slam it home over people, man. He posterizes people. I wish I had some clips saved, but I don't. When he actually like climbs on people's backs and just dunks on them. If you guys check out my recent budget squad video, you guys can see my opponent was using him, and he literally climbed the back of a couple opponents. In like freestyle and stuff, you know, you might not think he's the best dunker. Like, you guys can see these aren't crazy ass dunks, but once you get in game, he's an in-game dunker for sure. D-Wade is not really a, you know, dunker that's gonna go crazy and hit 360s and all that type of stuff, but man, he could just jam it home safely, and he gives you the boost, maybe even off the bench if you need him. Again, if you guys are running God squads and you guys just want to put somebody at the end of your bench, apart from a bronze player, if you guys, you know, want to have those players just in case, he's a great one to pick up. He could come in, change the energy and tempo of the game, and that's why I had to put him on the list, man. You know, his shot, not the best. His dunking ability goes crazy. That's why he had to be on here, and that's why I put him on here. But that's pretty much gonna do it for the video, guys. Honestly, I hope you guys did enjoy it. It was kind of my personal list of players. You know, I didn't really back it up by facts, but try these players out. I mean, of course, their stats are all great in their own various fields and aspect of play. Like Robert Horry is a shooter, D-Wade is a dunker, Siakam can almost do it all. You know, all the cards on this list are amazing in my opinion. Let me know down below, guys, what is your top 5 Amethysts in the game right now? It could be anybody. I just want to hear it. Let me know, maybe I missed somebody that I should have checked out. I know I did leave a couple off. I was gonna put Jason Richardson on here. He is a beast too, but I feel like he's a little bit too expensive for some of you guys, so I kind of left him out. I don't even know how much he goes for anymore, but had to leave him out. If you guys did enjoy this video though, and you want to see it with diamond players next, leave a like down below. Maybe even pink diamonds. You guys gotta let me know down below. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, we're on the road to 8K, man. We're doing a giveaway. When we hit it, we're so close to hitting it too. So do me a favor, man, hit that subscribe button, join the crew, and don't forget to turn on those notifications as well. You know, be notified when my videos drop. And I hope you guys have a great day. Stay blessed. Zero to Hero will be out tomorrow. I felt like it wasn't good enough to drop today. We did get some crazy snipes in it though, and tomorrow it will go crazy. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's gonna be really, really good. But I did not want to drop it today, kind of incomplete in a way, because I feel like we should be able to get more snipes for it, and that's what I'm gonna work on doing tonight. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a great day. I might see you later with another video, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys. Peace.
They start coming and people start changing. Laughed in my face when I said I would make it. I think it's funny cause we switching places. Niggas, they looking at me in amazement. I wanna pull up in Rarries and Ranges. Niggas be talking but I never say shit. Talking that cash, I don't know how. Nigga, you're broke.